everybody, my spirit guides wanted me to make this video about sexual fantasies, in which I am going to break down some of the sexual fantasies that people have and what do they mean. And so when you if you can see some of your sexual fantasies are related to that, you're going to be learning the deeper reason, and when you act on that need that is existing beneath that sexual fantasy, your life is going to improve a lot. So I'm Jyoti, your spiritual bestie, your spiritual guide. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend that you do, because I upload 5 magic videos like this every week, the videos that supports you and guides you in making your life more harmonious, healing, the videos that make you more confident and guides you in bigger ways and in most important area of your lives, like food, health, manifestation, self-confidence and empowerment. And in my link description you will find the link of my one-on-one session if you want to dive deep. So I create a safe space in my one-on-one session wherein we can meet your grief, we can meet your fears, we can meet your anxieties, we can meet the pain that you have been avoiding, we can meet your gifts, your darkness, your light, your power. So I highly recommend checking my one-on-one session. Link of them is in the description. Now let's begin the video. So I know somebody who really fantasizes about when they are one of their sexual fantasies is they usually fantasize about oh, I'm on a beach and I'm feeling free, and usually in that fantasy a man that is giving them a massage, they are getting I know I'm laughing, but it's just it's okay. So in their sexual fantasy, it's usually the person who are they giving them massage, they're hooking up with them. But when we dive really deep into that fantasy, what was uncovered, that person has been avoiding their body, they're not taking care of their body, they're not exercising, and they walk a lot. They would walk a lot, but they're not giving themselves the massage. They're not, because massages rejuvenates the tissues that after a heavy workout our body needs. So when we dive deep into that fantasy, they in their personal life needed to give them get the massage. So when that person really start giving themselves the massage, start getting the massages, that sexual fantasy, that wire with the sexual turn on started to drop off from that fantasy. See, your sexual fantasies are giving you something that excites you. So they will tell you about certain need that you are having. Okay, either it is the need to be accepted, need to be feeling more freer, need for enjoyment, need for this, taking care of your body and things like that. Another sexual fantasy that I would like to break down, some people have the fantasy of also in that first fantasy that I was talking about, a woman who was fantasizing about getting a massage, and in her sexual fantasy, and then she's in the beach. It's the feeling of freedom that she's feeling on the beach, to just be even hooking up around, because in her childhood, when we look, she was living in lot of restriction, restrictions around males, especially whenever her father, her cousins, her brother, uncles were around, she had to, her mother and her other females in her family were like that, plus also trained her to just hide, to be covered in the body. And she never, growing up, she could never feel like ease around males. She could never drink the water that the way she wanted to, eat what she wanted to, dance around the way she wanted to, even as a child, because everything was sexualized so much that she never felt that freedom, and deeply desires to feel free. So when in her sexual fantasy she is on the beach getting massage with the man, and like she's hooking up with the man and with even the friends of the men, because it's not that she wants that in her personal life, to be hooking, like hooking up around, or to be, I don't want to use the word because word slut and hoe is, I that's completely a different topic anyway. So it's not like that, in her personal life she wants to be one, but it's just the deeper need is to feel freedom to be herself and not let the judgment of others affect her, which have been affecting her even since she was a little girl, and it was very hard for her. So that's why she wanted, the deeper need in her fantasy was that. Another one, someone, that other person that I know would really fantasize about very violence, like violent things, okay, and deeply humiliating things that would turn them on. And I'm trying to word it out, their actual fantasy. It was like being humiliated in front of the people, and then that would turn them on. And the kind of, because the way they learn about sex was through porn, okay, it was not a healthy guidance that they received. And because what they learned from the porn, and the what do we say, these pleasure pathways in our mind, neural pathways of pleasure in our mind is very sensitive. They can easily get formed. So once you look at something exciting, even if it is unhealthy, it will register in your mind. So when she was growing up, that lady, she saw these really unhealthy images around sex, and that became her idea of sex. Also in her childhood she lived in extreme humiliation, and like she would get humiliated by her family a lot, and there was lot of violence, lot of chaos, and not just in her life, but in her entire generation of female lines. It was the same thing. So now in her adulthood she would usually fantasize about that, and that would turn her on. But as in her life she started to what do we say, heal her self-esteem, heal from the trauma of humiliation and pain, and learn about self-worth. Also learn about the things that were happening that were wrong, because in her mind the humiliation, the pain, the violence, the chaos was a normal way of life. But as she was healing and realizing in her mind, like, okay, all this is wrong and bad and it's not right for me, she also started to heal her sexual fantasies. Okay. And another one usually is drinking the pee. Lot of people wants to drink the pee. One explanation of that is that when we are doing something dirty, usually we have been disgusted around potty, pooping, farting and all these things. And then there is a deep need to be accepted for these things. All right. And even when we are fantasizing about these things, it's when someone is seeing us in that and really accepting us, and we are also accepting that part of us that is doing dirty things, and other people are enjoying it, and it has the freedom to be dirty. That need is big for in lot of us. So that's why we are like, that drinking that tea and all of that. But once you have, like, once you heal that disgust around all these bodily functions, you naturally would not want to indulge in those kind of fantasies. Your sexual fantasies are going to be, becoming much more healing, as you also in your personal life heal from the trauma and pain and hurt and violence you went through in your childhood. And sexual fantasies are not wrong. In fact, they can be very healing. I was reading about how, if someone is feeling very pressured, they are, all the pressure of work and life is upon them, they will fantasize about being submissive, like other people taking a charge and, like, you know uh, submitting, like, what do we say, there's a word for it, dominating the hell out of them. All these things are good, but they can heal you. Sexual fantasies can also heal you. There is healing that happens when, even when you are indulging in the sexual fantasy, you are indulging in the acceptance of those parts of you that you are avoiding. You are indulging in the enjoyment around the things that you have been feeling restriction towards. Okay, so that's a emotional fulfillment you receive in your sexual fantasy. So you gotta dive deep what you are fantasizing about, why you are doing that. Another one was, yeah, anyway, I don't want to talk about that fantasy right now, but because if I share that, then I will uncover my fantasies, like, so I don't want to uncover that. I'm not feeling ready for that. Maybe in future, when I don't have this hesitation, I will share that. Anyway, I say anyway a lot, I am realizing. So you gotta dive deep in your fantasies. Also, if you have some darker fantasies, there are people who like to have sex with dead bodies. It's because their level of self-esteem is so low that they feel that they will not be accepted by people who are alive. So that's why they go to, dead people, because they can't, that rejection trauma cannot be, triggered there. Also, the other one is, if you are like, like having, I don't know if I should speak on it, but I want to make people aware. I'm not going to speak about that. No, I think the audience that are watching this needs to know about this, but not right now. But if you are thinking that why are certain people have the fantasy of, having sex with children and animals and, being really violent, lot of trauma, extreme trauma these people went through as a child. Okay, if you look in their childhood, same things happened with them, and there was no healing, no recognition of their pain, no, and also, because, if you find someone very attractive, it's because there is something, some aspect, like, I was attracted to lot of, women who were very powerful, or men who were very powerful. So I was attracted to power. So I'm straight, and it's not that I have any judgment towards any sexual type, but it was power that I was attracted to. And so if you are feeling attracted towards somebody, what is it? Either you are suppressing your need to have power, either you are suppressing your anger. So if you are attracted to someone who has a lot of anger issues, so you got to look within yourself. Are you suppressing your anger? Are you shaming your anger? Because that person is, other person that you are attracted to, is because they have reclaimed that. So you will be attracted to people who are either the suppressed aspect of you, or the people who have, solidly in their power, like what you have suppressed. So yeah, dive deep in your sexual fantasies. Don't shame yourself. It comes from somebody. Even if you have like very dark sexual fantasies, you gotta be kind, gentle, and find support for yourself to heal from those. Okay, there is support available in this world. Okay, you can book a one-on-one session with me, and if it's something that is not my area, I will guide you to, other sources, healthy sources. But definitely healing is required. All right, you cannot keep living with these kind of fantasies all your life, and you gotta set the intention that universe guide me. And through, if you have some darker fantasies, but if the fantasies are not those dark, then you can play around in them, but also dive deep. What is it showing you, about you? And if you want to bring these loving, gentle, healing, harmonious, and warm energies into your life, and high vibrational energies into your life, you should definitely bring my magic paintings in your home. When you keep my magic paintings around you, in your house, in your office space, it really amplify the loving, gentle, healing energies into your home and into your life. I have 4 magic paintings. One is I am safe, I am supported. Another one is God's ease, God's peace, God's goodness, God's prosperity effortlessly flowing in every area of my life. Another one is taking a leap of faith on myself. And number 4 is I am pure, I am unapologetic, I owe nothing to anybody. Last 2 paintings, like taking a leap of faith on myself, and this I don't owe anything to anybody, I am pure, I am free. These 2 paintings are going to be helping you a lot in boosting your self-confidence, in healing your shame, in giving you strength to follow your wildest dreams, taking like really, these 2 paintings are going to make you very bold. And the first 2, I'm safe, I'm supported, and God's ease, God's peace, God's goodness, God's prosperity effortlessly flowing in every area of my life. These 2 paintings are going to be bringing so much peace, so much calmness, so much ease, like, oh my god. And if you're healing your trauma, if you went through a lot of violence, chaos growing up, and there's a lot of dysfunction, oh my god, I can guarantee, like I can bet on anything, this I am safe, I am supported, and this other one painting is going to be super healing for you. And to make it more exciting for you, I've put these paintings on wall clocks, on fridge magnets, on like big canvases, acrylic photo stands. Link of them is in my description. And if my message was helpful, I guided you, helped you in some way, you can also donate. Leave a comment down below how this video made you feel, what are your takeaways. And I love you, I am here for you. I'll see you in another video.